Okay. So opponent's going on the real damage plan? Is this going to beat us? I was not considering that they could potentially spellskite us to death. Groundswell. Okay. Hits us. Wow, we're gonna lose to the spellskite. Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and you can pre-order all the Kaldheim cards you need by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. And this week, as we wait for Kaldheim to come out and shake up formats, we are heading to Modern for a deck that I'm actually really excited to try out. This is Naya Winota, and bear with me, I know Winota, I was a little scared to play this deck, because I feel like Winota, it kind of got a bad rap because it was so broken in Standard and also in Historic. It was just way too good in those formats, so people kind of started to dislike Winota, but we're playing Modern today, and Modern's a format where last week we literally died on turn 0 before we got to do anything to a Belcher deck. There's Infect decks, there's Storm decks, there's so many fast busted decks in the Modern format that I think Winota is hopefully kind of fair-ish in those formats, and you get to play a lot of really sweet cards that don't see play in any other deck, like Geist-Honored Monk. Geist-Honored Monk, of all things, is probably the best card in our deck outside of Winota, which is absolutely fun and hilarious. So anyway, let's talk Naya Winota, what the deck's trying to do, jump into a league, see it in action. So of course, Winota needs no introduction. You know what it does. You attack with non-humans, you get to put a bunch of humans into play. It is really powerful. The sweet thing about playing Winota in Modern is almost every single one of our humans makes non-humans, which really helps support the Winota snowball. So our best option, Geist-Honored Monk. 5 mana, star, power toughness, equal number of creatures we control. When it comes into play, it makes 2 spirits. So when we hit Geist-Honored Monk with Winota, we're probably getting a pretty big creature, hopefully, because of all the creatures we can put on the battlefield. And that creature is going to make 2 spirits, which means if we don't kill our opponent right away that turn with our Winota attack, we're going to have an even better Winota the next turn, because those spirits attack, they're non-humans. Those are going to find us more Geist-Honored Monks. So that's kind of the idea of the deck. Same thing with Seasoned Pyromancer. A human that can make 2 elementals when it comes into play and let us loot away some bad cards. Pian Nalar, a human that makes 2 Thopters. Huntmaster of the Fells, a human that makes a wolf. And then the one exception is Magus of the Moon, which is kind of just a tutor target. Sometimes you're going to die to an Inkmoth Nexus or die to Tron, and finding Magus of the Moon is our one way to buy a couple turns to stay alive. The other sweet aspect of the deck is how we're finding Winota consistently. So we have Strangleroot Geist and Voice of Resurgence, both 2-drops that essentially make a creature when they die. Strangleroot Geist comes back to the graveyard with haste, Voice of Resurgence makes elemental. We can sack them to Eldritch Evolution to snag our Winota pretty early in the game, usually like turn 3. Strangleroot Geist is especially sweet with this plan because it's a non-human that comes back with haste. So if we go, let's say turn 2 Strangleroot Geist, turn 3 Eldritch Evolution Strangleroot Geist, get Winota, Strangleroot comes back with haste, even without any other creatures on the battlefield. We can attack with Strangleroot Geist, get our first Winota trigger, hopefully hit a Geist-Honored Monk or something else massive to snowball and win the game. Otherwise, we got Abrew, Birds of Paradise just to speed things up a tiny bit. Skyclave Apparition, essentially a removal spell that can also jump attack to trigger Winota. Then we have Smuggler's Copter, which I really don't understand in this deck. I mean, it's a fine card, but it doesn't seem especially synergistic. We can't grow with Birds of Paradise. It needs extra work to be able to sacrifice to Eldritch Evolution. I almost wonder if it'd just be better as another, whatever, Skyclave Apparition, Path to Exile, something. Path to Exile for a little bit of removal. Mana base-wise, pretty simple Modern stuff. Fetch lands, shock lands, fast land, basic lands. In the sideboard, we have Avalanche Riders to blow up a land, add Big Sphere, combo Tron, Gaddock Tea, good against combo, some control decks, Thrun, really good against control log with Veil of Summer, Night of Autumn, Kitchen Finks, a little bit of utility, life gain against aggro, Path to Exile for more removal, Rest in Peace for graveyards, Collector for artifacts, Boil to get those annoying Uro blue decks, and that is Naya Winota. That's our bunch of brew deck for this week, so let's jump into a league, see if we can win some games by putting Geist-Honored Monk into play. Of all the cards, I'm so excited about Geist-Honored Monk. Like, that card didn't even really see play in Standard from what I remember. It was good in Limited, though. But I'm really excited to see if we can get some fools with Geist-Honored Monk. In Modern, that's not something you normally do in Modern. So anyway, that's Naya Winota. That's our bunch of brew for this week. Let's jump into our league, see it in action. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. All right, much Abrew about nothing time. We are Winota-ing in Modern, and I mean, I guess we keep this. If I've learned one thing from Richard over the years, it's that apparently Strangleroot Geist is busted, and and it's gonna win us this game. We'll see. We will put the Richard theory to the test. Let's get a stopping grounds on tap. Birds of Paradise. How good are Strangleroot Geists? Go find out about it. Still not exactly sure where to put myself. I usually don't do the camera for YouTube videos, but I feel like I'm probably going to be overlapping some stuff, but that's fine. Flagstones, eh? Well, we will play a... You know what? I think we Strangleroot Geist. I think we Strangleroot Geist. Go Richard. Wooded Foothills. Crack it. Get a... yeah, we're going to shock ourselves. Temple Garden. Birds of Paradise number 2. Hit ya. I mean, drawing Winota here would actually be absurd. This is a pretty fast start. Opponent untaps. And Flagstones number 2. Sure. If this is land destruction, I like the shape we're in. If it's like Boros Prison. Until they get a Ghostly Prison or something. Alright, looks like a Jeskai ramp deck. Well, I mean, we're going for it. We will play Voice of Resurgence and Strangleroot Geist Part 2. Go attacking. Hit ya. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Ooh, can we close it out before we get Wrath? We got an impressive board. Is it enough? That is the question. Maybe. This is a fast start though. Like that was our turn 3. 2 birds, 2 Strangleroots, and a voice. All right, opponent plays Blood Sun. Gonna try to get their ramp on in the future. Oh my god, that's Winota. Oh my goodness. Okay, that should be decent. Winota. Go to combat. Swing. 3 triggers. 1 gets us a Geist-Honored Monk. 2 gets us Seasoned Pyromancer. And a turn 4. Look at that turn 4. Look at that turn 4. There was still another trigger to come. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creatures on turn 4. Wow, that was sweet. Oh, that was so sweet. All right. That was good. Opponent. Jeskai Lotus Field ramp. What do we want? So Thrun seems decent. Veil of Summer seems reasonable. Gaddock Teague, probably good. Avalanche Riders, maybe? What does Blood Sun say? What does Blood Sun say if loses all abilities except mana abilities? All right, so Avalanche Riders, if our opponent has Blood Sun, can blow up Lotus Field, which is sweet. I assume we don't want Paths. Probably do want the Boil. Magus of the Moon seems fine. What are we taking out? That's a big question. What else are we taking out? I guess we can go on Huntmaster. Huntmaster, I think, is better against aggro and creature decks than it is against control. Maybe trim an Eldritch Evolution and a Skyclave? Do we want that Evolution? The problem with Evolution is that getting countered is brutal. But what does Skyclave hit? Random, like, Teferis? We'll keep it. I mean, we saw how insane Winota is when we can actually get it on the battlefield. 6 lands and a Magus of the Moon, eh? I do like Magus of the Moon, but I don't think we can keep that. Ooh, this we can keep. Alright, Veil of Summer. Sadly going to the bottom, even though I do like it in this matchup. Oh, this Boyle could be good if we can get him at the right time. Tap land, go. Well, we shall see. Certain Visions. I mean, if our opponent taps out, we can also potentially get our opponent with Strangleroot. Like, Strangleroot, sack it into... That's why... I mean, Strangleroot was good last time. That's where Strangleroot was good in this deck. Sack it, get Winota, have a hasty attacker right away. That's not a bad turn 3. Opponent plays a Plains. Yeah, let's just Windswept Teeth out of Forest. And run out Strangleroot Geist. Hit you for 2. So I think we're mostly rooting for opponent to tap out. Alright, opponent's gonna path. Yeah, we'll take the mountain. Alright, rooting for opponent to play more islands, I think. That's an island. Opponent passes. Oh, I want to get him with this Boyle, but how do we do it? Opponent's got 2 mana up. And let's just play the Plains. Yeah, let's pass. I think the biggest upside is finding a way to resolve this Boyle. Oh. Oh. Do we just have to go for it? Oh, I bet our opponent has a counter. We gotta try, though. Like, if this resolves, we win on the spot. Oh! Armageddon! They gotta sack the Lotus Field. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. That was so good. Well, we will play a Voice of Resurgence. Oh my goodness, that was so good. Voice of Resurgence. Windswept Teeth. Crack it. Get a Forest. Eldritch Evolution. I don't know what we're getting. We'll figure it out later. Voice gets us a token. We can get a... You know, let's just take Magus. That should seal it up. Wow, that was the Dream Boyle. And opponent scoops it up. Punished. Punished for trying to Lotus Field us. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that made my day. Oh, that was so good. I mean, I guess we probably got a little lucky they didn't have a counter, but still. Whew. All right, let's do that again. All right, much ado about nothing time. We are... that sounds fine. We are Naya Winota-ing, and apparently boiling people into oblivion. Oh, I'm still happy about that. In Modern. Yeah, that's fine. No Winota, but... I mean, birds into something, into refill our hand. Hopefully find Winota win. Opponent says, no! I don't want to play against you. Oh, not that scary. All right. See what our opponent's doing. A little bit mulliganing. All right. Well, I guess it's birds time. Copperline Gorge, Bird's Paradise. Go. Ooh, the moment of truth. Is our opponent playing fairly or unfairly? Unfairly. All right. Well, so we're going to get Trond. Actually, well, maybe. Maybe this will buy us some time. I think we Skyclave Apparition. Snag the Expedition map. Hopefully keep our opponent off Tron for a turn or two. I feel like Tron is probably tricky. We need to find Seasoned Pyromancer. That is our next, or not Seasoned Pyromancer. We need to use Seasoned Pyromancer to find Magus of the Moon. Magus of the Moon is our card. So Eldritch Evolution, Winota. Anyway, oh boy. Yeah, opponent's going to get there. Chalice on 1, sure. Magus of the Moon, Eldritch Evolution, Temple Garden. Well, we will, I guess, run out Boy, if they just hit Tron, it's going to be bad. Run out Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard Arbor Elf and Temple Garden. Draw another one. Well, Copperline Gorge. Get in for 2. Ooh, we got 1 turn for a good draw. We need that Magus of the Moon desperately. Opponent. Okay, oh, it's Eldrazi-Tron. Oh, I'm much more comfortable against Eldrazi-Tron, I think. Well, Stomping Ground. Meh. I mean, they can still have, like, All Is Dust. We will Strangleroot Geist. Windswept Teeth. Go to combat. Big attack. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Can't Arbor Elf because of Chalice. Opponent. Not making fun of our opponent because I have cast a lot of spells. Probably more than anyone else into my own Chalice of the Voids over the... Alright. Going to combat. Attack with everything. Wow, is this Skyclave going to be enough? Is that going to let us steal this win? Opponent goes to 4. We got to fade Tron. Tron, All Is Dust is what I'm afraid of. Okay, Temple. That's not enough for All Is Dust. And, oh, we got there. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad this is Eldrazi-Tron. Eldrazi-Tron does not scare me. Real Tron does scare me a lot. So Avalanche Riders can come in. I don't think we're going to bring in Damping Sphere. I usually don't like Damping Sphere against Eldrazi-Tron. What can we cut, though? All of our cards seem good against this deck already. We do need to avoid getting hit by All Is Dust. That's the card that scares us most. The pass, probably fine-ish. Collector, oof. I mean, I guess Gaddock does shut down All Is Dust. And if they have some random big planeswalkers, might be worth it. Oh, I don't know how to make all this fit. That's our big issue. I don't want to cut anything. Like, we need our ramp. Path is good. Avalanche Riders is good. P and Karen is kind of part of our little combo package. Winota, namesake card. Skyclave is also good. Magus of the Moon's good. Seasoned Pyromancer's great. Strangleroot Geist is also pretty combo-y. I guess we can, like, trim a Voice? Opponent's not really doing stuff on our turn. Voice is fine, but not, like... It does come back from All Is Dust. Maybe we don't Collector Oof. Since it's Eldrazi-Tron, they don't have all the Chromatic Spheres and Chromatic Stars, so maybe we just don't need it. I guess we can go, like, 1 Geist-Honored Monk and... Looter Scooter, I guess? Try it like that. Whew! Alright, on the draw. Give us a goodie. Well, it is nice to know that we can win without... Ooh. It is nice to know we can win without Winota. Well, this hand's not bad. Assuming we don't get janked out by Tron immediately. Urza's mine. And Expedition Map. Alright, so we might be getting janked out by Tron immediately. Mana Dork? Forest. Well, Stomping Grounds tapped. Well, we'll see. We'll see what our opponent's doing with their mana. Alright, so opponent is going to stumble awkwardly into Tron here. Well, Forest and Strangleroot Geist. Hit ya. Well, hopefully it's not a Karn. Oh, we'll see. Opponent untaps. Tron. Hopefully it's just some Eldrazi. That's an Eldrazi, yeah. Ooh, alright, 2 mana reshapers, Expedition Map. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Huh. So the question is, and I am not sure the answer to this, we can Eldritch Evolution. Do we get Winota and see what happens? Do we just get Magus of the Moon? The thing is, we could Winota into Magus of the Moon off of our Strangleroot Geist. It's probably safest just to get Magus and go from there. Alright. Yeah, let's, Eldritch Evolution. Winota, though. Winota's so sweet. What can we hit off Winota? We can hit Avalanche Rider's decent. Magus of the Moon is great. But then there's also a decent... alright, we're gonna play it safe. Get the Magus of the Moon. Pass the turn. Not going to attack. I mean, our opponent can tutor up a Waste, I'm sure, and they could have Dismember or whatnot. Another Tron land. Opponent. No attacks. Alright. Oh, Copperline Gorge. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard Geist-Honored Monk and... I guess Stomping Grounds. Alright. Well, that's a Winota for next turn. Oh, pass the turn. No whammies. No whammies, no whammies. Oh, no, it's not a Winota for next turn. We don't have... we don't have white mana, do we? Just kidding. So Strangleroot, guys, for next turn. Eldrazi Temple. Mind's Dune. I mean, our opponent's still getting pretty close to All Is Dust, which is scary, or like a Karn. Plains? Well, Strangleroot Geist. Copperline Gorge. Oh, pass the turn. I think we're at this just like standstill until we can get Winota down. I really don't want to just like attack into the Matter Reshapers and let our opponent draw cards. All right, there's it. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see what the whammy is. We would like to avoid Thought-Knot Seer, because we have Winota in hand. We would like to avoid Ugin. Ugin beats us, just straight up. Random Eldrazi and lands are kind of fine. Alright, Little Ugin. That's better than it could be. Kills a Strangleroot Geist. And... ooh, Walking Bliss would be super bad. Then our Winota is just not going to do anything. Reality Smasher. Alright, well, I guess it's going to depend on these Winota swings. Assuming our opponent doesn't have another Dismember or something. Opponent gets and hits us. Yeah, I guess we take it. Down to 15. Well, in Winota we trust. Windswept Teeth. Crack it. Plains. Winota. Combat. Swing. Oh no, this better not be another Dismember. Alright, attack. Ugin. Attack Ugin. Number 1 gets us... ooh. 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 Avalanche Riders. Attacking Ugin. Blowing up Power Plant. Number 2 is a Stone Whiff. Alright. Well, we killed the Ugin. We took our opponent at least temporarily off Tron. Blocks. Ugin dies. Opponent spins into Eldrazi Temple. Opponent still has a ridiculous amount of mana. Alright, well, let's see what happens. No All Is Dust, please. No All Is Dust, no All Is Dust. No Tron land. Alright, Waste. Karn the Great Creator. 4. Ensnaring Bridge. Alright. Do we even care about Avalanche Riders? Not really. I'll play Voice of Resurgence. The question's going to be, can we find a way to get rid of the bridge before we lose? We need to draw... removal. Maybe we bring in the Knight of Autumn next game. Opponent tutors from the sideboard. I assume they're going to start eating away our lands to put us on a clock to find an answer. Sky Sovereign. Doesn't seem that great with a bridge out, but okay. His Voice of Resurgence. Skyclave Apparition, please. Or Eldritch Evolution. Well, more Strangleroots. Go. I mean, that's the question. Do we find Eldritch Evolution or Skyclave in time? Karn. Sure, it still can't attack, though. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Alright, Copperline Gorge, go. Oh, we have outs. Will we find them? Blast Zone. I guess that'll be an issue eventually. Opponent can blow up Winota. Gonna cash in Karn. It's a lot of tutoring. Oh, we got off to such a good start, too. I mean, I guess so did our opponent. They just randomly had turn 3 Tron. Opponent's going to cast a Sundering Titan to blow up some of our mana. Well, this is actually a problem. So it's going to mean we don't have the colors of mana to cast Skyclave Apparition, which, that is a concern. So now we really need Eldritch Evolution. Copperline Gorge. Well, we're not doing anything for a while. Opponent. Walking Ballistic. Yeah, now this might be over. Opponent passes. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we're going to... Oh, I don't want to get yelled at. Alright, Arbor Elf, go. I was very much considering just conceding here. Because Walking Ballista is going to kill our entire board. Alright, now we're going to concede. Yeah. Well, Ensnaring Bridge, good magic card when you want to attack. That is for sure. Huh. Well, from what we saw there, probably want the Knight of Autumns. Going down what? Hey, let's go down one more Voice Resurgence and go back to 2 paths. Even though paths are good, I think we can just overwhelm this deck. We just gotta avoid getting locked and mess with our opponent's lands. Alright, this is a good one. This is not bad. So we have turn 2 Strangleroot Geist. Depending on what our opponent does, we either just immediately get Winota with Eldritch Evolution, or we could make tokens possibly. We'll see. But I think that's our game plan. Well, Stomping Grounds tapped, go. See how fast of a start our opponent's off to. Opponent. Power Plant passes. More lands. We have been a little floody the last couple games. Let's Strangleroot Geist. Hit you for 2 past the turn. Opponent. Wow, are they just going to luck into Tron? Ratchet Bomb. Takes it up. Oh, no, it's this same decision. You know what? We're going for Winota. I think we're doing it. What if Whales crack it? Temple Garden. Untapped. Oh, are we? Let's see. Eldritch Evolution. Man, it might just be safer. Ugh. Wow, this is so tough. The safest choice is just Avalanche Riders. The explosive choice is Winota. Ugh, alright, we're going safe. Avalanche Riders. Blow up mine. Hit ya. I mean, another reason to go this direction is our opponent did Mull to 5. So, on the Mull to 5, it's a little less likely that they have multiple Tron pieces. They haven't played Expedition Map. Just kidding. Our opponent certainly has multiple Tron pieces. That's unfortunate. Alright, Avalanche Riders goes away. Windswept Heath, crack Windswept Heath. The flooding continues. Get a Plains. Season Pyromancer, see if we can draw into some non-land cards. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Oh, the magic gods may be conspiring against us here. We might have to pull out the calculator. This is we're getting to that point. We're gonna have to calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 lands out of 15 cards. So we've gotten half the lands out of our deck of 15 cards. Oh boy. Well, I mean, we're gonna play Winota. Opponent can easily have an answer. Blows up Strangleroot. Yup. Well, Windswept Heath, keep trying to thin the deck and get lands out of the way. Get it with Season Pyromancer. Unfortunately, we got no creatures to trigger Winota. Opponent. What do they find? We're still on this scary clock where if our opponent finds a Tron land, we can just be in really rough shape. Haha, joke's on you, opponent. We don't believe in drawing non-land cards. Yeah. Oh, we've drawn so many lands. Opponent. Well, thin the deck. Down to 15. Get a... Really doesn't matter. Sacred Foundry tapped. Untap. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, we're going to attack. Go to combat, attack our opponent. Trades with Winota. We get to draw. That's not the worst. Man, Seasoned Pyromancer is saving us here. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard, discard. Haha, non-lands. Well, Gaddock. Go. This shuts down the card. I think we might have it. I think we might be where we need to be about it. They need to draw Tron, kill Gaddock, Wrath. Well, alright. Here is the draw Tron part. Yeah. Tron assembled. Reality Smasher. Well, Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Eldritch Evolution, Season Pyromancer. Oh no, did we punt? Oh, we did. We had lethal. Oh, I forgot about PN Karen. Oh, we could have won right here. Oops. Oops. Well, we're going to take Magus of the Moon. We're going to play Seasoned Pyromancer. Draw a couple cards. Oh, that was a little bit of a punt. If we had attacked with everything, we got in for 4, that we can sack something that's left to get 2 more damage from P and Karen. Hopefully it ends up not mattering in the end. We'll see. Opponent passes. Well, I mean, Path Reality Smasher. Oh, we got the GGs. All right, so a little bit of an adventure there. It took us one more turn than we wanted, but taking out Tron, Eldrazi Tron, but still, it counts. It still says Tron in the name, so we will celebrate. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, much ado about nothing time. We are Naya Winota-ing in Modern. That was a long one. And I like this hand. Turn 1 Mana Dork, turn 2 something, and then Eldritch Evolution to get Winota, perhaps. And Magus of the Moon, we'll see. Magus of the Moon we kind of would rather have in our deck, but there is some blowout potential, depending on the matchup. Looking worse. Opponent, Forest Arbor Elf. Well, don't be blowing up our lands. Well, I guess we're getting duels. I don't think we're super likely to be Blood Mooning this matchup. Plains for RE opponent. And, oh, it's Heliod combo. Alright, well, we shall see. We can answer the Heliod, which is nice. We would rather be running out a bunch of mana dorks, but living is more important. We will just Skyclave Apparition, snag the Heliod. Pass the turn. Alright, so no instant death. That's good. Like, if our opponent had Spike Feeder, they just gain infinite life, and then we can't win? I think our next goal is try to set up for Winota. Opponent. Actually, I wouldn't mind drawing a land here. Ranger Captain of Eos. 4. Ballista's kind of obnoxious. That's Ballista. That's kind of obnoxious. Opponent passes. While we just draw Winota. Huh. The problem is Ballista can shoot down our mana dorks. Well, maybe we just play all the mana dorks, and that keeps our opponent from wanting to kill them, because there's just so many. Let's do that. Like, they can play their Ballista and kill 2 mana dorks, but then Ballista's gone. Still, not a great situation. Opponent gets and hits us. Down to 11. Wow, okay, so they must have collected company. Well, I mean, I guess we spin it to win it, I hope. One, actually, let's do this differently. One, so we can sack Skyclave to maximize our Winota triggers. We gotta expect collected company. We might still just be dead. I guess it's not that much better, is it? Alright, 1, 2, untap, 3, and 4, Winota. And see what happens. We're going to need some good hits. And we're going to need our opponent not to just have Path. If they just Path Winota, we're in really, 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 really bad shape. I'll go to combat. No Path, no Path, no Path. Opponent cracks. I guess I could also Coco into something good. Like a Skyclave. Opponent gets a land. Cocos. Alright. No Skyclaves. No Skyclaves. Heliod. Oh. Or that. Well, alright. Go to combat. So our opponent gets to gain infinite life. So we'll just kick back here. So, how's your week been, YouTube? How you feeling about Kaldheim now that we got the whole set? That was a pretty unfortunate collecting company for us. That they hit both combo pieces after we already dealt with one Heliod. Alright, so opponent's going to do this forever. I think we still lose, right? So we get 2 triggers. Can we hit anything that stops our opponent? 1, 2. Walking Ballista. 1, 2. Well, we'll see. Nap time. I mean, they've improved combos on Moto a lot. I really wish they could just be like, oh, choose a number, and that's my life total now. That would make this much less brutal. All right, so attack. Opponent goes to 97. We get 2 triggers. Trigger 1, reveals. Another Winota, which isn't great. Trigger 2, reveals. Season Pyromancer, which lets us discard cards, draw cards. So 1, 2. We'll see. Opponent goes to 89. I guess we're behind on cards now, too. Alright, so opponent has a land. So that's lethal. 6 mana, Heliod, Ballista in hand is lethal. Alright. Well, that's fun. What do we want against this deck? No. Probably not. No. I guess Oof is okay. It does shut down Ballista. Maybe it's just Path and... One more Path and the Oof, and go down the Copter and Magus of the Moon? Yeah, try it like that. Our opponent did a really good job of drawing combo into combo there, essentially. Like, that's kind of the issue. Spike Feed or Heliod in specific is very hard to stop, because you can't really stop it with removal. So if your opponent has... our opponent managed to hit both pieces off Collected Company, so there's just not really a good window to fizzle it. I mean, I guess you can hit it with a Path or a Bolt with the first trigger on the stack, but it still happens so immediately that it can be annoying to deal with if you don't have the exact answer at the exact right time. Well, we get to play first. All right. No payoffs, but we do have the Skyclave to disrupt our opponent's first go at the combo. I'll play this, crack this, get a forest. Oh my, no. Oh, wow. That's a punt I don't think I've ever made before. Oh, that might make us lose this game. That's insanely bad for us. Opponent has a Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, that is... Ouch. Oh boy, I'm going to get yelled at for that one. Wooded Foothills, crack it. Stomping Grounds, untapped, Birds of Paradise. Yeah, this slows us down quite a bit, honestly. Horizon Canopy. about it. More Utopia Sprawls. So opponent's got the ramp for days. And Ranger Captain of Eos. To find a Walking Ballista. Well, play Birds of Paradise. Temple Garden, untapped. Play Skyclave Apparition. Pass the turn. Opponent has the land, so they can shoot down our birds if they want to. Or Collected Company. Well, I mean, with how this is playing out, that land issue might... That land issue might not end up mattering. We'll see. Opponent. Going to cast Walking Ballista. I guess we would theoretically be further ahead on board. Kills of birds. Wow. All right. Cashes it in to kill 2 birds. Goes attacking. No blocks. We draw. Winota. Well, all right. See what happens. Yeah, now it actually it did end up costing us, didn't it? Well, again, it was Skyclave. Trigger. Geist-Honored Monk. Opponent down to 10 past the turn. Oh, maybe? Do they go infinite? Are we going to overcome our own misclicking? About it. Spike Feeder. All right, but no Heliod. Giver of Runes. Oh my goodness, are we going to get this attack? Okay. Okay. I like where we're at now. Okay. Okay. We will play Strangleroot Geist to up our attackers. Go to combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess Winota goes too. Get 4 Winota triggers. Trigger 1, Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard. Draw. Trigger 2, Pian Carandalar. Makes up Thopters. Trigger 3. Wow, Winota's insane. Huntmaster of the Fells. Oh, so good. Trigger 4. Geist-Honored Monk. It is a casual... Whoa. 17/17? Wow, this deck can do things. Geist-Honored Monk is so sweet in this deck. Wow. Oh, I actually really like this. I know Winota kind of got a bad reputation because of Standard. But remember, we're playing Modern. Busted things happen all the time in Modern. This deck is not broken by Modern standards. It seems sweet. Like, even Winota doing this on turn 5, that's not like getting stormed off or oops all spelled on turn 3 or Belchard or something. So I think this deck is relatively fair, but boy, does it get to play a lot of cool cards that you don't get to play in any other deck. And apparently it's good enough to overcome accidentally fetching out the wrong land on turn 1, so you can stop your yelling now. It worked out. It's okay. We survived. Gaddock does shut down Collected Company. Is that enough? Is it enough? What would we be cutting for it? A voice? Yeah, let's go. All right, let's do that. Let's bring in the Gaddock. It doesn't hurt us at all, and stopping Collected Company does seem like a worthy pursuit. All right. I guess we keep this just because of Seasoned Pyromancer primarily. Like, we can run out Seasoned Pyromancer and get rid of some extra lands and maybe find something. Opponent, Arbor Elf. We draw. Well, it's Winota. Let's play Birds of Paradise. Go. Opponent. Temple Garden. Untapped. Opponent can combo quicker than we can, and they're on the play. Oh dear. And they have the Utopia Sprawl start. Yeah, this is frightening. Opponent taps, untaps. Whew, turn 2 Coco. Heliod, Giver of Runes. Well, that's better than Heliod Spike Feeder, although we could very well be dead next turn. Whew, Copperline Gorge, run out A. Maybe it's got to be Strangleroot. That does give us a Winota trigger. Oh, we need Path more, don't we? All right, let's Season Pyromancer. Discard 2 lands. Oh! There's our tech for shutting down Coco, but it's too... Opponent just had turn 2 Coco on the play. Yeah, these are... I mean, this is a reason why people play Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl. It doesn't happen super frequently because you need one of each, but the ability to have 4 extra mana and 5 total mana on turn 2, that leads to some really crazy starts. And that's kind of where we're at the moment. Opponent. Playing a land, sacking a land, still 4 mana left over to try to win the game. Auriok Champion. Scavenging Ooze. Gains some life, grows some dorks. So we're mostly just hoping to fade, I guess. Like, we're dead to... We could Eldritch Evolution for Winota and get 1 trigger. I think we... Windswept Teeth, crack Windswept Teeth. Get a Plains. I think we're just going to play Strangleroot Geist. Opponent gains a life, grows their dorks. Yup. Play Gaddock Teague. Just in case I got a Coco. And that's that. Pass the turn. Whew. Alright. So we're not dead to Coco. We're dead to Spike Feeder or Walking Ballista. But our opponent can't use Coco to find it. Pendlehaven. Arbor Elf. Gain some life. Wow, are we going to survive? I mean, if we get to start attacking with Winota out, that does give us some hope. Grows the Ooze. I guess we're also just losing fairly to our opponent's deck. Opponent gets in, hits us with the Ooze. Sure. Oh. Lifelinks it. Oh, they could still have Path, though. Opponent passes. So opponent still has white mana. Their stuff's gonna grow, so they can block all of our... Oh, this is awkward, isn't it? This is a tough setup. Well, I guess we just play Winota. Play Winota. Opponent gains a life, grows their dork. Yup. Go to combat. Yeah, let's jump attack with Gaddock too. This does leave us open to losing to Coco into something. Do we attack with Gaddock is the question. Yeah, we're going to. Spin it to win it. Spin it to win it. Winota 1. Ooh, second Winota. Not super helpful. Opponent gains a life, grows their dorks. Oh, that's not what we were hoping to hit. Oh, dear. We need something that makes multiple creatures, or we're actually going to be in kind of rough shape. Oh, no! Oh, we're dead. Oh, boy. Oh, betrayed! Wow! Oh, that is... I think that's just game. Oh, wow! Well, I mean, that is the problem with Hearthstone cards, is... opponent did not activate the Ooze. Interesting. That is the problem with Hearthstone cards. Hearthstone cards, they can be very powerful, but they're also random. And this time we were on the wrong end of the Hearthstonification. Oh. I'm assuming that mathematically that's pretty unlikely, but all right. I mean, there's a reasonable chance we're just straight up dead. Like, our opponent's stuff is just getting absolutely massive thanks to this Heliod. They've not comboed, they've just Helioded fairly, and fair Heliod is apparently opponent untaps. Now, at least I didn't think of doing this when they could have got rid of our Strangleroot Geist. Oh yeah, we're in super bad shape. Opponent untaps. Oh, Winota. Oh, why Winota? Ugh. Temple Garden, untapped. Another Auriok Champion. That turns on Heliod. Yeah. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Are we just... Yeah, I think we're dead. Well, that is... So I will say... I know sometimes you say, oh, you got unlucky, and maybe you didn't really get unlucky. In this case, I think we really did, because if you look at the number of hits we had in the deck, all we really needed to hit was any, like, P.N. Karen effect, Geist-Honored Monk, Seasoned Pyromancer, just a way to put multiple bodies on the battlefield. And we would have been fine. But it was not meant to be. So we block here, we block here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess we live. But we lose a lot. And we only have one attacker to go with Winota. And I don't think one attacker is going to do it. We draw land. That's unfortunate. We need a Massacre Worm. Well, get him with Bird's Paradise, I guess. Oh, Bird's Paradise. Seasoned Pyromancer. Opponent's gonna gain a bunch of life, grow a bunch of dorks. I'm pretty sure we're still dead from this. Yup. We discard Winota and... Winota and P and Karen Nalar. Opponent gains a bunch more life, gets to grow their dorks. I mean, we're going to be able to make a bunch of blockers, but can we make enough blockers to survive? And even if we do, we're going to lose so much of our stuff. Oh yeah, we're dead to Auriok Champion. Oh, so awkward. Alright, so opponent takes 2. Blocks. Well, Eldritch Evolution. Sack Pyromancer. Yeah, we're just dead. Well, we can take Geist-Honored Monk. So the issue is our opponent just goes pro-white, and then we can't block this Auriok Champion. Otherwise, we would have enough blockers to survive, I think. Yeah, so opponent, I mean, 2 Auriok Champions actually pretty good against our deck, I guess. Maybe this is just a tricky matchup. Opponent's got the fast combo, and these Auriok Champions are just, they're going off. Like, yeah. I mean, I guess we also could have drawn a way to deal with Heliod earlier, and that would have changed a lot of how this game played out, but really, it was a Winota double whiff, I think, that did us in. Well, only chances of play Sacred Foundry untapped and hope that Bluffing Path does something. Opponent's gonna eat a bunch of stuff. Not that it really matters, but I guess you might as well. It is technically correct. I mean, we're just dead though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, technically we have enough blockers to not be dead. But it's not going to matter. And if we lose our board, oh, jeez. Oh, boy. All right, so if there's justice, our opponent will whiff. That's not a whiff. Okay. Can we just scoop? Can I have to sit through this? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So opponent, they can win with Walking Ballista now. Yeah, all right. Oh, wow. Well... Hearthstone Mirror, we came out on the wrong end. Betrayed by our namesake card. Oh, ouch. Well, I mean, I guess that's fair. Just like Mux's whiff sometimes, just like Coco whiff sometimes. I guess it's fair that if you're going to print these incredibly, bannably powerful cards, they should have risk involved. So, we're on the wrong side of it this time. On to the next one. All right. Much brew about nothing time. We are Winota-ing in modern Naya Winota. And I'm gonna draw this game, which it's fine. I think we keep this. It's slow. Especially with us being on the draw. A Mana Dork would be wonderful. Any 2-drop would also be decent. I think we're gonna take the chance though. I guess the other issue is we technically don't even have double white for the Skyclave. Ugh. All right, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. It's risky. It's a risky hand, but it does have a lot of our best cards, and it's got the Winota, which that is what we're trying to do. So I guess we'll see. Booted. Going to 6. Something like a Birds of Paradise would make us very happy. Misty Rainforest. Craxit. Breeding Pool. Oh, don't be Infect. I don't think his hand ever beats Infect. The Noblest of Hierarchs. We could use one of those. Not a land. Please, not a land. Huh. Alright, more 4-drops. Well, Stomping Ground's tapped. Go. Yeah, Pian Karen was not the best of draws. Booted. Oh dear, it is in fact. Oh boy. Oh, that's real bad. Spellskite. Okay, very frightened. Could be dead next turn. Manadork. Well, okay. At least Strangleroot is castable. Get a Temple Garden. Run out Strangleroot Geist. I guess this also lets us Eldritch Evolution next turn, which is something? I don't know if it... What can we get that stops Infect? I guess we could get a Magus of the Moon? But then that keeps us from casting anything, really, for the most part. We don't have a Forest or Plains. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we're even alive, which is not a guarantee. Well, here it comes. How much damage is it? Oh, they got Scale Up. Oh, Might of Volcrosa, 5 power. Okay, so we might be living. 6. Sure. We draw Eldritch Evolution. Okay. Well, play the Mountain. Cast Eldritch Evolution. That's all we got. I don't know what we get here, though. Eldritch Evolution. I mean, I guess we could still get Magus. Is there anything better? Yeah, I guess it's... I mean, the only other option is Winota and hope we hit something, but... might be Desperation Magus time. And then at least we can P and Karen, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. Tag Magus of the Moon. Pass the turn. Opponent, unfortunately, still has mana thanks to Noble Hierarch, but at least we're not getting Ink Moth to death. We just really locked down our mana. Pretty hardcore. About it. Okay, Forest. And passes? Alright. Well, I mean, I guess our game plan is to try to PN Karen and just beat down with flyers until we find a Plains. Drawing a Plains would be absurd. Well, Stomping Grounds, PN Karen. And yeah, let's pass. I don't think we want to get in with Magus. Well, do we? Huh. So if we attack, our opponent pump Spellskite blocks, kills Magus. Then we have to chump block the Ink Moth. But then we get to Winota? Let's wait for now. We can start chipping in with the Thopters next turn, and our opponent can't block it. Not the best Blood Moon deck. I mean, it's necessary, because we would be dead otherwise, but it does hurt us a smidge. I guess we also didn't prepare for it that well. Opponent. Passing. Plains. Oh, Windswept Teeth. I'll play Windswept Teeth. Go to combat. Attack. Attack. Oh, do we want to give up the Magus now? Yeah, let's wait another turn. Attack, attack. Leave back a Thopter for blocking purposes, just in case it all goes wrong. Like if our opponent dismembers and then Ink Moth lethal. Alright, opponent blocks. Takes 1. Yeah, let's pass. Alright, opponent's down to 16. We're getting there. Almost to where we need to be. About it. What do you got? Oh, I'd love to draw Plains. It'd be so good. Opponent goes to combat. Passes. We untap. Eldritch Evolution. I'll go to combat. Attack, attack. Opponent blocks. I guess we pass. What a weird way this game is developed. Such a strange scenario. Opponent, Inkmoth number 2. Well, that makes the Magus even more important. About it. Passes. Arbor Elf. How does this game end? What do we do here? Well, I guess we pass. Alright, yeah, nothing going on yet. I mean, I'm not sure our opponent has a way to get out of this. Like, I guess the way they would beat us is like Glistener Elf and unblockability. Alright, another Noble Hierarch. While, if we ever draw planes, we win. Or should. Even a forest would be really good. Geist-Honored Monk. Yeah, pass the turn. I think it's too risky to lose our Magus yet. Opponent untaps. Oh, such a weird game. Opponent. I don't think we had a choice but to get the Magus, but yeah. Now no one's done anything for a while. Opponent passes. If our opponent ever starts attacking, then we might consider blocking and losing Magus. I mean, I guess Interesting. The other thing we could potentially do, and I don't know if this is a good idea, but we could kill our own Magus on our opponent's end step with Pian Karen, and then try to Winota and win. It's still so risky. Land, please. Please. At this point, I'll take any land. Path to Exile. Alright, we will keep passing. Opponent's hand's gotta be stocked. Gotta be absolutely loaded with good stuff. Another land. Do we have anything else we can draw? Like, what can we cast with just red mana? Seasoned Pyromancer would be good. Seasoned Pyromancer would be very good. And that's it. Alright, well, let's draw Seasoned Pyromancer. Or just our planes, our wood planes. 1 in 41's possible. That's solid, what, 2.5% or something? 3%? Uh-oh. Okay. So opponent's going on the real damage plan? Is this going to beat us? I was not considering that they could potentially Spellskite us to death. Groundswell. Okay. Hits us. Oh, do we just gotta go for it? We might have to go for it now. Okay. Oh. Yeah. We'll have, what, 1? Only 2 triggers? That's not even that many. The problem is by doing nothing there, we can just die to this Spellskite. We know unblockability is coming back. It seems like that's what our opponent's trying to set up. Wow, this is so awkward, but I guess this doesn't even work. Our opponent can make us keep it with the Spellskite? Oh, this is so awkward. Wow, we're going to lose to the Spellskite. This is the weirdest game. What do we do now? So we target our own thing, but then our opponent can redirect it to Spellskite. If we do nothing, they probably kill us with Spellskite next turn. Well, I mean, I guess we gotta go for it. Does our opponent want to keep the moon around now? Now our opponent's gotta think about it. This is one of the longest Infect games I've ever played. You're not supposed to lose to Spellskite beating you down. That's not how this matchup is supposed to go. Oh, goodness. Yeah, opponent redirects, goes to 13. Sure. Well, we untap. Pyromancer Plains, another Winota. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Yeah, well, yeah, I think they got us in the least likely way possible. I guess this was the fatal flaw with our plan, is that eventually they could draw enough Noble Hierarchs to kill us with Spellskite? Yeah, alright. Yeah, it looks like that's how it's gonna go. Distortion Strike and Pump Spells. Yeah, I would be absolutely shocked if we weren't dead to Spellskite here. Awkward. Very awkward. Opponent. Going to cast Distortion Strike. Opponent's somehow doing their best to time out playing Infect, which is... That would be a first ever. I didn't know it was possible to time out with Infect, but... Our opponents use more than half of their time, and it's game 1. Booted. Mind of Volcroza. So that's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, we're dead to a pump spell. And considers the possibilities. Blossoming Defense. So that puts us to 1. And hits us. Sure, triggers. Uh-huh. Let's see it. Where's the last one? All right, opponent. Another blow. All right, so opponent did it the slow way, but they got there. Wow, that was a weird one. That was as weird as it gets. Well, rest in peace in. Rest in peace for sure. Probably Avalanche Riders for Inkmoth. And that might be it. We don't really have a ton. Going down, probably Smuggler's Copter, and I would have went a lot differently if we had the ability to cast our spells after getting Magus to the Moon. Go down a Voice. Run it like that, I guess. Alright, so we're on the play. We're against Infect, although our Infect opponent might be killing us with normal damage based on last game. Oh, dear, dear, dear. So strange. Well, yeah, on to the next one. Alright, on to game 2 against Infect, and, Geist-Honored Monk Tron. No thank you. Alright, this is passable. Birds, path to deal with an Infect threat, perhaps, and Winota. We'll try it. Forest to the bottom. This time, Magus of the Moon is fine. This time, we're going to have the mana to still do things through Magus of the Moon, hopefully. Well, Birds of Paradise, go. Would be nice to draw another non-human for next turn before Winota comes down so we can get a trigger right away. Botanical Sanctum. And Noble Hierarch. Sure. Alright, something we can cast. Not quite. Wooded Foothills. Go. Well, now we might be on the Pia and Karen first, Winota after plan. So we can get some more Winota triggers right away. About it. Glistener Elf off Noble Hierarch. Well, I guess we path it. Oh, opponent. No counter. So get rid of Glistener Elf. Cragwooded Foils. Get a Stomping Grounds tapped. Untap. Copperline Gorge. Pia and Karen Alar. Pia and Karen actually pretty good against Infect. Get down, Pia and Karen. Worst case, we can use them to shoot down creatures, or try to. And we will see. In a perfect world, this Winota should be insane next turn. About it. Like, we can get the Blades Winota and get 3 triggers? And hope that 3 triggers is enough. Blighted Agent. Well, okay. We untap. Eldritch Evolution. Oh, dear. So, are we just dead now? Well, I guess we gotta go for it. Odds of us being dead next turn are high, so if they got Dismember, they got Dismember. We could try to shoot Blighted Agent, but then they protect it, and then we untap and die. Blighted Agent is uniquely problematic since we just can't block it. That makes it a lot harder. Well, Winota. Spin it to win it. Oh, please, Hearthstone gods. You gotta pray to the right god. That's important if you're playing card games. If you pray to the magic gods when you're spinning Winota, they're not gonna listen about it. Thinking. The problem is there's a reasonable chance that we attack and still don't win, and then we lose on the backswing. That is a definite concern. All right, go to combat. Attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 triggers. Come on. Come on, Hearthstone gods. Trigger 1. We need some of those Geist-Honored Monks. That's what we need the most. Just because they're big. Well, Winota's more damage. Well, Seasoned Pyromancer, though, makes a token. Alright, let's Seasoned Pyromancer. Less damage, but the token does grow Geist-Honored Monk. And I guess we could draw, like, Land Path. Winota, 2. Come on, Geist-Honored Monk. Oh, no. Well, Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't think these Seasoned Pyromancers are going to do it. Discard, discard. 3. Oh, there they all are. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Does this force a chump, or are we too... Is it not enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I think it does. Oh, okay. As long as they have to jump Geist-Honored Monk, then we're okay. 13, 14, 15. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think they can block Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh, no. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you still pray to the magic gods. And by praying to the Hearthstone gods, the magic gods are smiting us. That could also be. I might have had it wrong. Maybe that was a problem. Yeah, so you get to block here. Wow. And go to 1 and then kill us. So we just ran the tiniest bit too poorly. And our Infect opponent's going to win with like, oh my goodness. Wow. I guess maybe it's our fault if we had taken the Winota. If we had taken the Winota, would that have done it? Opponent has Scale Up, and then a Pump Spell, and then we're dead. Alright, yep. Wow. Huh. Well, maybe we should take on the Winota. I guess that would have made a difference in the end. Seasoned Pyromancer does pump Geist-Honored Monk +1. So I guess, ironically, that's actually -1 power. And, yeah, getting the Seasoned Pyromancer instead of the Winota was -1 power. Because this pumps Geist-Honored Monk +1. So it's -1 power, and we ended up 1 short. Wow, what a ridiculously weird, close game. Wow. I don't even know what else to say. Wow. All right. much Abrew about nothing time. We are Winota-ing in Modern. Naya Winota, and I will keep this. No Winota, but we got a little value-y start. We'll see what our opponent's up to. Mulliganing to 5 to 4. So it's Tron, it's Dredge, it's Oops All Spells. Gotta be something like that. Opponent trying to do something degenerate here on the play. Tron? Yep. It is really funny that in the past, I would feel bad for opponents at Mulligan, but now I just assume that they're doing something degenerate and going to kill me on turn 3. Opponent corrects the sphere. Relic. Well, crack this. Grab a Temple Garden Depth. Untap. Geist-Honored Monk. Geist-Honored Monk is the kind of card you never really want to draw, but play a Strangle Root. Go, Richard, Secret Tech, go. Are they just gonna go Trodland Karn? Like, is that what's happening here on the mulligan? Cracks Relic to draw a card. Exiles Graveyards. Oh, passes? Okay. Oh, Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard. Go to combat. Hit ya. No Winota. Down to 16. All right, no Trodlands. You gotta be joking. All right, opponent, not just a Trodland, the Trodland off the top. And I assume this is Ensnaring Bridge that is being found. And we did discard our Skyclave for now. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Liquimetal Coating. Plays the coating. Shuts down a land. Well, play a forest. Strangle Root Geist. I mean, if the next card is Ugin, Birds of Paradise, go to combat. Karn. Opponent. Yeah, kill Karn, hit our opponent. Birds of Paradise. Go. Oh, opponent! Adapts! What do they find? 7 mana now. Wow, passes? Okay. Can we win? 1, 2. Sweden for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite. The problem is Ugin primarily. Well, let's Season Pyromancer. See if we can find a Winota or Eldritch Evolution. No. Windswept Heath. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent goes to 3. We pass the turn. No whammies. They gotta have Ugin in hand. Do they draw a land for it? All His Dust doesn't do it. Karn doesn't do it. Expedition Map. I don't feel like this does it. Forest plays it. Ancient Stirrings. Wow. Are we going to get there? Oh, all right, scoops it up. Okay. We survived. Somehow. Well, Tron means Avalanche Rider in, Genetic Teague in, Collector Oof in. Going down, Smuggler's Copter. Voice of Resurgence, Huntmaster of the Fells, and Knight of Autumn would be okay. Well, we actually have Damping Spheres too. Definitely Damping Spheres. Damping Spheres and Voice of Resurgence out. Can we find room for Knight of Autumn? And let's try it like that. We have Skyclaves if they get Ensnaring Bridge or something. So, well, opponent's on the play. Well, we'll keep this. Worst case, we can Eldritch Evolution into Magus of the Moon. Opponent has Expedition Map. Well, Forest and Arbor Elf. Go. Yeah, I think we're probably just going to have to get Magus. Urza's mine. Opponent, passing. Well, Windswept Heath, crack it. Plains. Eldritch Evolution, sack Arbor Elf. Get Magus. Go. Well, immediate threat dealt with. We're not dying yet. Soon. Perhaps, but not yet. Not today. Opponent. Tron assembled, and passes. I'll play Birds of Paradise. Sacred Foundry, go to combat. Get in for 2. Pass the turn. Alright. No answer for the Magus yet. Another tower. Karn the Great Creator. For what? Gotta be removal of some kind, I'd assume. Liquid metal coating. Alright, well, I mean, we do get to kill the Karn. Oh! Oh, Winota. Winota should do it, right? We get a trigger, unless we stone whiff. Alright, we're gonna go for it. Winota. Go to combat. Attack card. Attack our opponent. Trigger. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, now we're gonna lose. Wow! We needed to hit anything. Anything. Anything is fine. That's any single thing. And we hit literally nothing. Oh, we have really angered the Hearthstone gods. Opponent, gonna get to eat away our mana because of that. Sylvan Scrying. Wow. Well, Strangleroot Geist. Go to combat. Attack card. Attack our opponent. Attack our opponent. Trigger. Seasoned Pyromancer. Hit our opponent. Discard. Alright, well, Karn down. Well, we'll see. We'll see what our opponent can do. They untap. They have 6 mana. We have a big board. Are we going to survive our Winota whiffing? They're 1 short of card. They're 1 short of All Is Dust. We should have lethal. This is one of the weirdest leagues we've played in a long time. This was just a wild league. The Infact match was close. We got that Boyle kill. Like this, just like every single bit of this has been ridiculous. Opponent making a bunch of red mana. They can't Karn and Snaring Bridge. Karn. I'm not sure Karn does it though. Okay. They just gonna... Oh, alright. Opponent's just gonna send a message on the way out and eat our land. Oh, wow. Wow. An opponent scoops it up and... We fed the kids. We got a treasure chest. That was one of the most insane leagues that we've played in a long time. That was an insane league. I will say this deck's pretty fun. This deck was fun. I know some people have a bad image of Winota because of what it did in other formats, but in Modern, I think it's actually really fun. And those were just wild games. Almost every single one of those matches, even though we're playing a Winota deck, yeah, we got a couple of just runaway games where we just kind of like crushed our opponent, but almost all those matches were really close. What do we get? Gleam of the Authority. Boo. Grulda's Assassin. I remember really liking this card when Rise of Eldrazi came out, but also boo at this point. Alright, let's just do the wrap up right here. So what do we learn this week about Naya Winota? And, I mean, we went 3-2 in a league. Of our losses, we lost to Infact, although that was just the craziest match that I've experienced in a long, long time. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. I think it's probably a bad matchup, but it was super close. We had that weird Blood Moon lock, and then we had Dying Dispels, kind of all things, and then we ended up 1 point of damage short, maybe, of our own doing, with that one not getting a Winota off the Winota and getting a Seasoned Pyromancer. Like, oh, what a weird league. Overall, the deck, I mean, I think it's sweet. The thing I like about this deck, even though it's a Winota deck, is you get to play a lot of sweet things. Like Geist-Honored Monk, that didn't even really see much play in Standard from what I remember. Like, this is not a card you would normally see play in Modern, but it is really perfect. It's a human that makes non-human tokens to snowball with Winota. You get to play fun things like Huntmaster, you get PN carrots, so I think this deck is really cool. As far as the exact build of the deck, I mean, it seemed reasonable. I really like the Strangler Geist synergy, and this isn't just a meme and a Richard playing it in Jun thing, but it does work really well with Winota. It is the perfect card to Eldritch Evolution into Winota because you get the Hasty Attacker, get a trigger right away. So I think the deck's pretty fun. Is the deck good? That's a big question. Should you pick up and play Naya Winota in Modern? And I'm going to say, based on our experience, the deck seems at least reasonably effective, although there is some risk involved. We lost a match because Winota just kind of betrayed us, and we were just not hitting anything off of our Winota triggers. So you do have a little bit of that Hearthstone aspect. So there is risk involved with it. It's easy to think of like, okay, you play some stuff, you play Winota, you win, and while that's usually what happened, there is a fail rate built in. In some percentage of the time, you do everything right, and Winota's just like, no, you're not going to win today, and that happens sometimes. So that's worth keeping in mind that does present some amount of problems. The good news is the deck is really fast. You have Mana Dorks into Eldritch Evolution or Winota, so turn 3 Winota is not uncommon. You get to play some sneakily good creatures like Seasoned Pyromancer, really strong. Since you have Eldritch Evolution, you can always use one of tutor targets. We saw Magus to the Moon sometimes kill us, sometimes be good against our opponents, but those type of cards, being able to snag a Magus to the Moon or like a Collect Roof after sideboarding, that is a really big upside to the deck as well. Not sure about the Smuggler's Copter. I mean, I guess it's okay, but I wonder if that's actually the best option for the deck. It's a little bit awkward. You got to crew it. Birds of Paradise isn't good at crewing it. Without it being crewed, you can't Eldritch Evolution it. So I do wonder if the one Smuggler's Copter is actually necessary, or if it'd be better as like another Skyclave Apparition, or another Mana Dork even, a Noble Hierarch, another Birds of Paradise. But in general, I thought the deck was really fun. And last thing about the deck, even if you're a Winota hater based on Standard or Historic, where the deck was legitimately overpowered and too good, it's not in Modern. I think it's fair and like tier 2 in fun in Modern, because you gotta remember, Modern is just a much faster, more powerful format. So even some of the great games we had where we just kind of won on turn 4, turn 5, that's not crazy for Modern, where it's very easy to die on turn 3 sometimes, turn 2 sometimes. We even died on turn 1 a couple of weeks ago to Belcher. Like, that's stuff that happens in Modern. So based on how degenerate Modern can be, I don't think that Winota is anywhere near scary or bannable or anything like that, and I actually think it's a really cool archetype in the format, and I'm glad we got to play it. So anyway, that's Naya Winota. That's our bunch of brew for this week. I hope you enjoyed the absolute insanity. This league had some of my favorite plays that we've had in a while. That Boyle blowout in response to Lotus Field was good. Us locking ourselves under our own Magus in the Moon and losing to Spellskite of all things was good. Winota just makes those big moments where sometimes it's absurd, sometimes it absolutely screws you over. Still got to figure out if we should be praying to the Hearthstone gods or the Magic gods when we play this deck, but well, that's for the future. We'll figure that out. The religious aspects of the deck are a TBD. I'll have to talk to some philosophers, some theologians, and go from there. But anyway, that's been our bunch of brew for this week. Naya Winota for Modern. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.